Number 14, Indiana, coming off a win against number 21, Miami, in that Big Ten ACC Challenge. In that game, Ali Patberg had 12 points, and she joins me to talk about the Hoosiers' start to the season. And Ali, let's start with this Miami win. I thought that this team really started to gain momentum before the half and then coming out of the half. What really started to click in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, as Coach was saying, we weren't taking the best shots. Miami, likes to press. They like to push the pace. And I thought, in the first quarter and midway through the second quarter, we were just taking rush shots. We weren't playing our game and executing what we needed to execute. And I think, like you mentioned, we started gaining momentum halfway through the second, just because we started running our plays and pushing the ball, but being smart while doing that.
And in the end, like I said, you guys get the win. What does a win in the Big Ten ACC Challenge mean for this team?
Yeah, it's a big deal. Miami's a great team. It's on the road. It's part of the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and so we wanted to do our part to win for the Big Ten.
Now, I love watching you play because you play with such passion and energy on the court, and maybe even in contrast to who you are off the court, a little bit more reserved. So where does that come from on the court?
Yeah, I love the game of basketball so much. I love my team, I love my school, I love my coaches. So it's easy to be passionate. And Coach always says, it's all about the energy, and I try to bring that every day for my teammates as a leader.
Well, then you had to be pretty excited when you were granted a 6th year. So what does it mean to have that extra time, not just with your team, but playing college basketball?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. Again, I get to play another year of college basketball. I get to play it for the school I love and the sport I love, and I get to be with my teammates and coaches another year. So there's nothing more I could ask for.
And you talked about how much you love this team. And it's interesting because you bring back most of the players, but yet you have 6 freshmen. That's the largest freshman class that you guys have had in 6 years. So how has that shaped the chemistry of this team?
Yeah, the freshmen, they're awesome. They're awesome on the court, and they're awesome off the floor. And they work really hard. They're competitive. They have a lot of personality. They've clicked perfectly with our team. And, I think over the summer they got used to our program. They got used to what coaches demanded and, what, as leaders, what we asked of them. And they've been amazing in every aspect. So we're blessed to have them as, our freshman class.
Now that you guys have played some games, how do you describe the personality and maybe even the start of the identity of this team?
Yeah, I think, we defend, we play hard, we play together, we play with a lot of energy, we play with a lot of passion, and, every night we're out to win, no matter who we're playing.
Well, let's talk about some of those wins. Now, you have a win over one of the top teams in the country, South Carolina. We just talked about that win over Miami. You have a loss to Baylor. It's your only loss on the season, but of course, they're one of the top teams in the country. Yeah. What have you learned just at the start of this non-conference season playing this tough competition?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been a great experience, but we know now, we can play with the best of the best, and that's huge in the sense of confidence for our team going forward in the Big Ten and the rest of non-conference.
Yeah, I was going to say, we know that conference play is now coming up at the end of the month. Yeah. Talk about the best of the best. We know this league is very competitive, one of the best. Yeah. So how does it prepare you for that?
Yeah, we're on the road playing SEC teams, ACC teams, and playing the top teams in the country. That brings a lot of experience in the sense of close games, athletic players, great players, and it just, again, it prepares us for how tough the Big Ten will be. So yeah.
And now that you are more familiar with this conference, what changes once conference play does hit?
Yeah, I would say last year I personally learned a lot about how every game matters, no matter who you're playing, home, away, and how every possession, every play again, matters because the competition is that great from top to bottom in the Big Ten.
Oftentimes we ask freshmen what it's like after their freshman season and then how it's different sophomore year. But for you, having transferred and now having a year under your belt, I'll ask you a similar question. Just how is this year different for you having that year in the Big Ten under your belt?
Yeah, again, I would say experience. I think that was my real, first true full year of college basketball. And I learned a lot about myself and how important the mental aspect of the game is, especially as a point guard. I think I had quite a few mental lapses last year that, where I would, turn the ball over or make a mental error, and how important, every possession matters for our team and as a leader.
So what's the one thing as we start this season that you're really conscious of that you want to do on the court?
Yeah, again, I would say, as a point guard, keeping my turnovers down, taking care of the ball, because it starts with me, and hopefully the rest of the team will follow. And again, just being a great leader and running our team every minute of the game, and just being everything that my team needs every night out.
Well, they know that they can count on you, and so does the country, quite frankly. You were named to the Ann Myers Drysdale Award watch list, among several other watch lists that you are on to start the season. But what does being on this watch list mean to you?
It means a lot to me, but at the end of the day, I try to focus on my team and getting wins, and those type of honors will come, if I'm playing hard and playing for my team, and honestly just playing to win. So, and again, it's a great honor.
Well, so far your team has 7 wins and you guys are rolling. So, Ali, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much.